Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching, you got it right there in the corner, Political Vigilante. You're the citizens of Gotham. This is the People's Channel. One of the things we talk about on this channel is climate collapse. It keeps getting worse, and we need to do something about it. And, you know, we just had Trump, who was he had a bunch of climate change deniers in his cabinet, and he's been replaced by Biden, who has approved more drilling on public lands. Typical of Democrats. They talk a good game, but then they're just as bad as the Republicans. Like just as bad, if not, he's worse. In this case, he's worse. Biden is worse. So there's a new story that just came out. I literally just saw this on Yahoo's homepage. More studies that are more alarming, and stuff needs to be done. And climate change really needs to be a top-down solution. Unless we do a general strike and just shut everything down until they do something about climate, I don't know how it's going to get fixed. But so this is Greenland's ice sheet melting faster than previously thought. This keeps happening. I do this story every year. Every year, a new study says it's melting faster than we thought it was. Every year, it melts. They say it's melting this very fast rate. Then they do a new study. Oh, it's actually faster. Then they do, oh, it's actually faster. This happens every year, which shows you how severe the problem is. One of the coldest regions of the planet appears to be losing its ability to retain the frigid climate necessary to regulate temperatures in the rest of the world. So you got to think of the ice caps as like a thermostat for the planet. And we need the polar ice caps to balance out the rest of the temperature on the planet, just like we need the rainforests. Scientists have determined that in the last 10 to 20 years of steady global warming, the ocean has played an important role in the evolution of glaciers. Eric Rigno, professor of system science at the University of California, Irvine, and author of the study, told ABC News, melting at the interface between ice sheets and the ocean in the Arctic is much more extensive than previously estimated, according to a study published Monday in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. What is happening at the grounding line, the junction between a grounded ice sheet and the ocean, led the researchers to discover much more melting than previously thought at Peterman Glacier in Greenland, according to the paper. They found, however, that the seawater is regularly intruding beneath the glacier for a sizable distance that was initially assumed to be very small. What we found is that it extends over kilometers, he said, not just a few meters or a few hundred meters, but kilometers. Researchers found that the grounding line of the Peterman Glacier migrates with the tidal cycle over distances of 2 to 6 kilometers or up to 3.7 miles, with the largest retreats occurring along pre-existing sub-glacier outlet channels, according to the study. Unlike previous models, the highest ice sheet melt rates recorded were within the zone of grounding line migration, which was estimated to be 600 to 100 meters of ice melt per year, or up to 328 per year. There's an overhead view. This is a satellite image of the massive iceberg caving from the glacier in Iceland. This is on July 19th, 2012. This is from 2012, right? Suddenly, the warmer ocean water will attack the glacier of a much larger area because the tidal cycle is intrusive for very long distances. The researchers analyzed a time series of ice sheet motion and surface elevation data derived from satellite observations to estimate the grounding line migration and basal melt rates for glaciers since 1992. This research was made possible by additional satellite imagery available over the last decade, suggests the retreating grounding line formed a cavity under the ice sheet of about 20 square kilometers in size and remained open throughout the tidal cycle in 2022, according to this study. The Arctic is the front line of climate change. Melting in the Arctic, widely considered by polar scientists as Earth's refrigerator due to its role in regulating global temperatures, could have catastrophic effects on the rest of the world. As the region warms, Arctic amplification causes the sea ice, which is white, to thin or disappear, allowing dark ocean or land surfaces to absorb more heat from the sun and release that energy back into the atmosphere, which, of course, will do sea level rise, which will affect coastlines all over the world. We've shown you videos on how Florida, probably by the year 2040, will be mostly underwater. Look at all the flooding that's happened just this year. Am I wrong? Am I some crazy hippie? All right. Look what's happening in Florida. More flooding. They'll have more buildings collapse. Oceanfront property. A house last year on the north shore of Oahu fell into the ocean because of erosion. There's islands in like Micronesia that are like people are moving away from because there's too much. The salt water is coming up and damaging the agriculture because salt water kills agriculture. You need regular fresh water. Something's got to be done, folks. We need real leadership. And it's not, it's the Republicans are just flat out climate change deniers. They're just evil morons. And the Democrats claim to care, but they're just greedy morons too. The Democrats will just chase the money. They'll say the right things on the campaign trail. They'll make a nice campaign. We got to protect our environment. And they'll show wind turbines and kids playing in the park or whatever. And then they won't do anything about it. Joe Biden, this is a fact. You can sit there and get it, liberals get all mad at me, but why are you mad at me? It's a fact. Joe Biden has signed more drilling permits on public lands than Trump did. This exact day in Trump's presidency, right? This many days in office, Biden has signed more drilling permits than Trump. It's a fact. It's not my stat. I'm not making this up. It's all talk. It's all the Democrats do is talk. The Republicans just flat out deny it because they're just greedy shitbirds. And the Democrats say it's a big deal and then do nothing about it. I don't know what's worse. We're both going to die either way. So that's why we got to do stuff on our level. We got to do grassroots stuff. We've just got to just make changes on a grassroots level. Get your homeowners association to put solar panels on the roof. Get your school board to start doing more green energy things. If you won't run a business, try to make it as green and sustainable as you possibly can. And then get the data from it to show that it's actually more profitable. Green energy actually is profitable. It can be. And then look what China's doing. They're just building wind turbines and all this stuff all over the world. We could do that here, but we're just too greedy and stupid. America should be leading the world in green energy. We should be leading the world in green energy. Everyone should have a job. There should be no homeless people. Everyone should have a good education. We should have great healthcare. We have the money for all of this in this country, but we don't do it because a handful of greedy people control our media, control our courts, control both our political parties. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. We are not a representative democracy. We are a kleptocracy run by oligarchs. Follow the money, connect the dots, and get the truth. And that's how we make Gotham great again. Thanks for watching the show. Support me any way you can, guys, at the scroll below. I've been demonetized because they hate this channel because I say too many things that are true, honest. They just don't like it. They don't like truth on YouTube. So this is the people's channel. And then I got tour dates. I'll be in Arizona, July 11th. No, sorry. Totally wrong. May 11th this week. Thursday, May 11th, I'm in Phoenix at Stir Crazy Comedy Club. And Friday, May 12th, I am in Tucson, Arizona. Tickets are at grahamelwood.com. And sign up for my newsletter. You get a free vegan smoothie recipe. Shave your knuckles for justice. Go to grahamelwood.com. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/grahamelwood or rockfin.com/grahamelwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood and go to grahamelwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a PO box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.